All right, here we go. You guys hear me okay? Check, check. Check, check, check. 1, 2. All right, let's get into it. So, just quick heads up. There's two of you guys there. Thanks for. So we move over to this new server. I know it's been hectic, not hectic, but it's a lot of work here. So, thanks for your cooperation there and work. But let's get into the market. So, not much has changed, right? So, let's just look at the macro. Do you guys remember for the last week and a half, 2 weeks here, I've been wanting 73.43 to trade. We got within about, I think, 15 points of that. Every time we tried to sniff it, we get bought back up. And then we continue these rotations from about our 74.22, 74.61, 7,500. Those have been our rotation levels for, I think, all of last week, right? We've had a couple looks below 74.22, bought up, right? 74.02 level, bought up, 74.02 level, bought up, rescue 74.22, buy, back to 74.61. And then the macro for us, as always, has been 75. Can we get daily closes over 7,500? Every time we sniffed last week into our 7,500, the supply would start at 90 and at 95. We'd push into 7,500 and there would just be nobody willing to bid, right? And there would just be a ton of supply and the auction would slow, right? And we would slow and we just hang out there while they distributed the market and they distributed it and just roll over and basically rotate the entire day down, right? So we would do a complete reversal and it would be a much more aggressive sell to the downside. So that context was correct, right? And this is what we laid out, what I laid out for you guys all. 461, they got to get it over there. They get it over there. We got to get a daily close, hold a daily close over 7,500. That was last Sunday, and that's what happened all last week. So we get 7,500 sold, right? And then into the closes, we had those two earnings kind of back to back. They force it over 74.22 into the close, and then they rip it up. Nothing done. 74 take back down. Where are we opening this morning? Well, look at this. Look at the overnight session, right? Basically, open and got bought. Where? Right off just below our 74.02 level. Didn't even bother to pull back, just went straight up. And then where did we pull back to? Where's that pullback from Asia? Where'd the pullback from Asia go, guys? Pretty much to the tick. Anybody? Anyone? All right. You guys are quiet this morning. 74.22, right? That was literally the pullback to the overnight session was 74.22, right? The tick. What happens when it hit it? Boom. Bot. Right? Got over our 74.41. That's the low. Our 74.41 level is the low of the London session. Where are we trading in relation to yesterday's auction? Nope. Where's yesterday's highs? Where is it? It's right at 74.61, man. Right? It's trading over top of yesterday's highs. We're at 74.67, right? So the market's going to aim to open over 74.61, right? Which is our pivot, right? So it's all math, right? The levels are playing out perfect, right? 74.22, low of the Asian pullback. Where they ram it to? 74.61. They got it or stalled at 74.61. They got it over 74.61, and now we're holding 74.61 to the upside. That equals a push up to 74.81 and a quarter, and then room to again come and test 7,500. Now they're probably going to force you to buy strength here this morning, right? This is just how the shit goes, right? So if we pull back here this morning, if we just chop around in our rotational zone here, 70, 61, and 51, they're going to try to obviously support 61. That's going to be the main idea here this morning, is to hold 74.61. Bid it, bid it, bid it. Rotate up to 74.80. Go test, I think that's Thursday's highs up into our 75. And if you remember from last week, is that Thursday says? No. Well, that's going back to like last week. How you remove that? Oh, no, it is. Hang on. Let me scroll back here a little bit. If you remember last week, all last week, as soon as we got to 70 to 75, there was a lot of supply there, right? Yeah, we managed to get through it a couple times, but every time we pulled back under it, it would show back up on the tape, right? So that is also at the top of our consolidation zone, right? Chop zone. And we're going to see what happens once we ring the bell, if that supply comes back in. That is literally the high of the overnight session there right now is 75. So it's the same levels every single day, same context, guys. And it's really, really easy to approach this market. So when we put this all together, it's like, okay, bulls got to hold 74.61, rotation up to 74.80, 1.25. If they're able to bid that level, close it over, bid it, then we can look for continuation again and try to get that daily close into 7,500. So it'll be important Monday here, because we're right back to where we've really been struggling. But it's no surprise we're struggling here, but it's just, this is where we are. So does that make sense? And then if we fail 61, it's the same thing, guys. Rotation down to 41. If we break 41.5, then we got rotation possible back down to our 74.22. So yeah, I can hear you, Bo. Yep. Do you get my message there? Or did you just restart Sierra charts? Yeah, you don't got to do it before the open here or whatever, but there's a whole bunch of tutorial videos here that I put in to kind of walk you through everything. So if you go to the pro side there, you'll see in each tab there is tutorial videos how to set everything up. Okay. Yep. It's, like I said, it's been a busy weekend for me, man. And get everybody. That's the last thing we got to do, and we're good to go, man. Yeah, it helps everybody out, right? You know what I mean? And I'm cool with that. Like I said, I'm a fair person. I'm totally fair. So if it works for me, it works for you guys, and that's all that matters, right? Well, we're just here to win. You know what I mean? So let's win. Let's have a good day. Yeah, we'll see what the market gives us here. It's going to be a strong open. Obviously, we're going to open up right near the highs here. So this thing may push right out the gate, right? Like 70, open, boom, rush it to 80 and ram this thing up to 90 here in the first hour. I wouldn't be surprised if we, one time frame, and just drill this thing at the open. So you might see a very, very quick move. So just be prepared for that. On the NQ side, obviously it's our 29,687, right? 29,687. Very important level. It has been longs and shorts here all last week. It's our pivot, right? Our lower level there is all the way at 492. Our higher level there is 29,880. This thing up to. So we will see with the NQ how they open. We're both going to open in our rotational zone here. So gotta be aware of that, as we could see some chop and rotation here at the start, flushes up, down, up, down. This is just how this area trades. So we do need to be aware of that. That's about it, man. I don't got too much more to add. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I tell you, man, Mexico knows how to party. they get down. They get down out here. So we'll see. Right, we're gonna open here right around 74.61. We're gonna open right around 687 here on the NQ. So we have to be patient here this morning. I mean, we could open and they could just drill this thing back down, right? We saw that on Thursday or Friday. Was it Friday? We opened and they made a run for 74.02 right at the open. I don't know if it was Friday or Thursday. We just opened and they just like drilled it right down, right? And I kept telling you guys, wait, and they made a run for it, tried to take it out early, and just weren't able to take it out here. So, as always in the rotational zone here, we have to be patient, and we'll just kind of see what happens here. All right, sound good, guys? All right, I'll be back here in a few minutes. All right, let's have a good day. Let's have a good Monday. All right, here we go, folks. Couple minutes away here, a little push down into 61 here. Say, nah, not just yet. Bottom of our rotational zone here on the NQ into 650. See if they want to take out some stops here first. There's been this like chart trader trend line here all night, which I hate to see. So it's right here in a 56 as soon as we get halfway here below our 61. So good selling here, good consistent side-by-side delta. You can see we're sell. So we'll see if they want to sniff here to 51. We're hitting the bottom of that zone here already on the NQ. Look at the selling on NQ. Nice consistent offer here. Selling. Maybe we drop here into 89. As always, you don't want to trade the open here, guys. You just want to stay put and let the story develop. All right, we're just a couple minutes away here. But a perfect rejection there right at the top of our rotation zone on both NQ and ES. Perfect. So we'll see here how they want to open it here. Are they going to chase weakness and push her down more? Let's see what happens. There's the bids, right? 640. And right into that stupid trend line here at 55. I hate trend lines, man. I think it's one thing I hate most in trading is these stupid trend lines. I really do. They drive me nuts. Don't ask me why. All right, minute and a half to go. Let's go. Any questions here before we get rocking? Now people are starting to show up. Let's go. Let's have a good session here. Interesting open here, man. We're going to open right on 61. We're going to open right around 687 here on NQ. So let's see what they do. We're in our chop zone. So we'll just see if the edges here respect. So far they are. But as always at the open, just chill out. All right, minute to go. Let's go. What's up, green ticks? Hopefully you're enjoying your time here. If you do have any questions, just reach out. A lot of the guys here have been here for years here, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. We're a good crew, been together a long time. All right, let's go. 30 seconds. Let's see what they got in store for us here. See what they want to do. What these market makers want from a trader. That's a 2000s hip-hop reference. Probably most of you guys won't get that. Maybe you do. All right. Yeah, there you go. There you go, bro. Well done. All right, let's see what happens here. We opened right on 640 here on the NQ. We almost tagged our 51 and a quarter here. We should tag it here on the ES. There we go. All right. There we go. Flushed 89. Perfect. All right. People want to sell. So let's see if we come down to London lows here around our 41 and a half, and we'll see how that trades. We'll see if we get into 541 here to 92 here on the NQ. Just let her trade down here. We're almost there. La la la. And we'll just see where the stuff lands. All right, as you can see, as we plowed into 560 there on NQ, nothing there. Everybody's short here below about 620. It's very thin above them. And same with about 52. So you got a lot of people trying to fade 50 here on ES, chasing this move lower. Just initial positioning in the first few seconds, right? First minute. Offers right here around 625 on the NQ and rate of 56 here, 58, which has been a common thing here on the ES. This 58 offer continues to show up here on the tape. It's been here all week. Every time we get back underneath 61, they try to fade 58. It's no surprise, though. The guys are in the room, know why. There we go. Good hold. Beautiful. All right, back over 40, back up to 687. Boom, there it is. All right, so we got some bid support there, right at our levels there, 640. on NQ and right around the open print, just below the open print. Let's just see how the first 5-minute close goes. At over 74.61, can they get over 687? We're about to find out. So quick look below was bought up right away, right? So take note. Let's just see how we close here now. Nice move up here, almost right to the top of our chop zone here on NQ already here at 730. Very nice. Good bidding. Good bidding all the way through. Bidding really kicked in here on the ES here. As soon as we got over 61, look at those prints. 420, 805, 532, 198. Bye, 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 bye. That's what they're doing. Like I said, dip or rip. But we don't chase these things. We got to wait for the candles to close, pull back trade levels, and see where our trade location shows up. No rush here. But that's some really good buying as we came through 61 there on the tape. You can see it. Same with the NQ here, 640. As soon as it held it, look at the buying that came in there. 160, 658, 463, 430. That's all just like big, strong buying, man. Every level. So we'll let this first 5-minute candle close, and then we'll see what happens here. NQ is right in these previous days highs here as well. It's kind of right at 720, so they're trying to push this thing over. People are trying to fade it here into our 736, right? You can see the offer here, a bit of selling coming up. But very strong tape here. They want to move this higher. Let's see if they're able to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt here. Let them close this first 5. Wow, we're almost at 80 already here. We're almost at that first leg target. Told you. Strong. Clearing out overnight highs. And now let's see if people still try to sell here in around 75. But I think this thing's going to tag at least 81 here on the ES. Give it a chance to get there. A fast open here, man. So bulls are serious here about taking on 7,500 this morning. We'll see if it's early. It's really, 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 really early. So bulls got a good start here. All right, there's our first 5-minute close. It's above 70.75 and it's above 736 here on NQ. So we'll see if the pullback holds here to these levels here or not, if we even get a pullback. And we'll just see how it's treated. A lot of FOMO on the tape, right? Oh my God, so long. Just get in, get in, get in, get in. You can see it on the tape. They buy high, right? So right here around 74, 75, there's a bid high here on the tape. I'd like to get 70 retraded here if we can, but we just might not. Come on, get back in there. Let's see if you're going to hold the level. There we go. Come on. Get in there. Let's get a back test of the level, please. We'll see if you're going to hold here or not. There we go, getting into the level, and we'll see if it holds here. You gotta let it trade, man. Could come all the way back here to 61, right? Could do a full reversal here. So as always, you gotta let stuff trade, right? NQ could trade here to 687. There it is. Beautiful. Coming back down to 61. So again, the area we talked about before the bell into 75, that's where supply has been stalling these moves, right? Where's the high of that push? Right to 77, just shy of our 81.25 level. Okay, cool. Noted. Now that target from 81 is right here into 61, so we'll let it trade and just see if this level holds. This is our main pivot right here. There's no trade. There's no trade anywhere here yet, guys. Just chill out. Right? Market's doing its best. Up, down at the open. This is why I hate the open. Boom, there's 61. And then almost back to the bottom here into 740. Or sorry, 640 here on NQ. All right, let's see what happens here. There we go, 761, beautiful. Let's see if we pull off it. Okay, nice wick touch. You got previous day's highs right there as well. You're going to attract traders also around that level. There's a nice 5-point bounce, perfectly. And then NQ hitting our 640, just shy of it because you got the open print right in front of it. You got people front running our level there. I'm kind of buying that. Also, you got 650, right? It does get some activity, as you can see there on the tape. They're kind of sitting right there, about 650, about 4,200 contracts rotated there. Minute and a half here, almost here to go on this 10. We'll let the 10-minute close here. We'll see how this 5-minute closes on top of the 10, and we'll see if 61 actually holds a pullback. Let it trade. Just over a minute to go. Everybody wants a short. All right, trying to chase this down. A little bit of a gap here below 61 here on the ES. Could fall to the open print, but we'll just see if we kind of firm up here around 74.61. I like it. We'll see if the level holds here. Bulls got to hold this, man. Right? If they want to try to take this thing on here to 90, they got to hold this level. Sorry, bulls? Did I say bears? I meant bulls. So far, a perfect wick touch here on the pullback. 40 seconds. It's a nice close. I know it's going to close red here on this 5, but the wick touch is cool. And we'll see what happens here. 3,100 contracts sitting right there. So we'll see. See what happens. Nice push down. All right, we held the level. Now, well, we'll see if a pullback holds here now. Let's see if we get a retest here, 61. That's our first kind of hold of a level. Same with 687. It's a deep wick, though. The wick's actually all the way down at our 640 level. But we just pulled into 687 here now. Tagged it, and now they're just going to buy it, aren't they? So watching the 75 here. We'll see if the supply continues to come in this auction. And we'll see if we just get retest, right? We'd like to get a nice green close here. Something here off 687. See if we can tighten up this auction. See if it holds. The bears want to obviously get this thing back below 687. But that we had a single touch there, 74.61 on the ES there, and just same with the NQ just now. Single tap there, 687 and sent. So let's see what happens here into 75, 76. Let's just see if supply comes in here as usual, and we'll just see if we kind of firm up the auction around 70, 61 to 80-ish here. Bum, bum, bum. Morning, everybody in chat. All right, sellers are in here around 75, 76. NQ, you can see them here at about 37, right into the top of this level here, but there's a strong bid here trying to move things. We'll just see if supply continues to come in around 750 there on the NQ as well, and this 75 on ES. See if we get a retap here to 61. That'd be cool. That's all we can do. Let price trade. Just see what happens. Two minutes to go here on the close. Now, if this thing closes above 70, we could set up a long signal here off our 70.75. But we got a deep wick, right? The wick's all the way down at our 65, right? So we got to be aware of that. But so far, buy and buy, right? Dip and dip. Dip and buy, dip and buy. Tape's trying to move up. Better wicks down at right off our 61 level here, but it's still early. It's still really early. Man, 7,200 contracts here, sitting right at like 725 here on the NQ. It's quite the print. Let's see what happens here. A minute and a half to go in the close. Good old 750 shorts here on NQ. Super typical. You can see them on the tape. 750. There they go. Trying to push back them. They're like, what? How come the 50 number isn't working? All right, minute to go. Strong buy tape here so far. Every little pullback here has been bought. Exactly. Bulls doing their best job here. So we'll just see if it holds up. It is going to give us a long signal probably here for our 70.75, but that is a deep wick. Okay. That's it all the way down to 65. So you got to be aware of it. There's nothing wrong with taking it there at 70, right? Given how this tape is going, that might be all they give you, right? And they're going to try to march here to new highs here and push this thing to 90, 95. So watch the tape here. Every new high that we make, just watch for bid. Look at the bidding here at 82. 1,121 contracts here on the ES. Same with the NQ there into our 85. 1,200 smack the tape, buying the new highs. Look at all the buying here, man, from like 73 on the ES to 330, 330, 400, 367, 274. Huge buying. So it's a strong buy tape. They're going to close this candle above 81. They put a bid right there. So we could just get a pullback and continuation tap and then pop to 90. There's the close over the level. Let's see the pullback here if this higher bid holds or not. There's the tap to the level. That's textbook, man. So we're actually one time framing up here on the 5 minute on the ES. Same with the NQ here. One time framing up. Boom, 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 boom. See what I mean? Pull back, tap the level, boom, 5 points right away on the ES. Just like that. 25 points perfectly off the NQ. No! Strong buy tape, man. I don't chase the highs. And I never take continuation trades like this, guys. I just let it go. Right? Sorry, my kid's having a bad morning. Here, bring it over here, bud.
Give it to your dad to fix it.
Come here. Oh, man, they're buying the snot out of this. There you go. Thanks, buddy. There you go.
Oh, no, it's that. It's not locked.
Hold on here. Give me 1 sec here, guys. All right, we're pushing. Nice rejection there into 90. Okay, expect resistance here as soon as we push in. This is normal. So this is where we typically look for price to reverse, right? So even on a strong tape, as soon as we get into 90, we're going to see resistance, right? This is just normal. And then we'll see where the pullback holds, right? Do we get a nice 3-bar long setup here off 81 1/4? We're going to have to see. All right, let's see what happens. So everybody punched that thing long here on the ES here through that 75 area that I talked about. And also as soon as like 7:30 hit, right, everyone just punched that thing market in long, and the market just said, no, I'm bringing this up. So this thing's on a mission, right? You got to understand the context. As soon as we get to 90, we can't be like, okay, let's go short. Yeah, I got to realize the context of what's going on here. The market is trying to get somewhere, right? Where's it trying to get to? It's trying to get the daily close over 7,500. Can we fail here into 90, 95, or 7,500? Absolutely. This is where we stalled every time. But we got a lot of time left in the day. But let's just see what happens here. Large offers here coming in here at 820, just shy of our 834. Remember, we had an 880 target here on NQ from 687. We just pulled back, tapped the level, and went. But as you can see, some supply starting to come in here. Bids are parked out here in the ES here, right at 80. It's kind of gappy here in the NQ here as far as like tape goes. We could fall through this a little bit. You see supply really starting to come in here, right? 820. You can say they're right at 88 here in the ES. But we'll see if the sellers can get through the bids, right? That's the key to an auction here. Really strong buying, bids sitting here right at about 80 on the ES. So minute and a half here left to go on the candle. This will be a 10-minute close and obviously a 5-minute close. Let's see what happens here. See if they want to keep the party going. I imagine they're not going to stop here. They're going to try to ram this thing right into 90 and 95 and really make a go of it. It's really early. But I hate it when the market only pulls back 5 points here, right? With the ES, and it's like you have to buy the highs and look for more highs to get in this thing. I hate this type of auction. I hate buying strength. It's not my thing. All right, 30 seconds to go on the close. Let's see what happens here. See if it holds 80 here on the ES. See if we pull back maybe to 740 here on NQ maybe. Or sorry, 736. Uh-oh. Pulling into the bid here. You see how the close is important here? You got 10 seconds left to go. It's always about the close of an auction, man. All right, didn't close over 80. Let's see if they sell it right away. Yep. See if we pull back to 70.75 here. And see if we pull into 687 here on NQ. There's a nice 5-minute long setup off 687 here, off the old NQ ski. We'll see if it holds. There's no real good tape there though, but we'll just see. The bid at NQ is huge here, right at about 30. We're digging into it here right now, right there. We'll see if the sellers can push through it here or not. 7,200 contracts sitting right there. Yeah, there you go. Literally to the bottom there of that NQ bid. There's your 1R. Boom. 760. Back to 85. There's 2R. Just like that. Almost 3R. There's 3R. And then almost 4R there. Into 834. There it is. That's the fastest 4R trade you're going to see, man. NQ, boom. This thing's out of here, dude. This thing's going to rip here for 880. I mean, there's no reason for it to not go here. Same with the ES here, right? Might as well go to 7,500. We haven't traded it. We stall here at 90 and 95 every time. But they'll continue to try to sell here. So if you're following along on that 940 auction, I specifically said about the bid that's below 740 on the close. I said there's 7,200 contracts sitting there, right? As soon as we came down here in this very next auction, it is literally the bottom wick of that candle is literally at where the bid is. Hit the bid and just took off. That's why order flow is important and positioning is important to observe. Always understand where you are in the auction. Still a lot of selling here, man. 88 here, ES here, just shy of 90. And braided our 834 level here on NQ. Just needs a little pop here, and these stops will get out of the way, and we'll go boop, and we'll be at 880 here real quick, and into 95, 7500 on the ES. But let's see what happens. As always, gotta let shit trade. So pretty solid bid support there at our 736, just below it there on the NQ. They're still trying to sell these pushes here into our 834. You can see there's a lot of folks selling here and buying. We've rotated like 20,000 contracts in the year, man. It's no joke, right? As soon as we get above 800, 815, this is where all the volume is. You can see how top heavy this auction is. They're just like, give a fuck, keep it going. When the bulls buy, man, they're relentless, right? We'll just see if they can get through this and run these stops higher. That new high there is not looking too good, right? We did 180 contracts there into the high, so we transacted, what, 3,600 contracts and then 180. And you see how we immediately reversed to the tick. Same with the NQ there. As soon as they hit our 90.25 tap, pull back. So get pretty top heavy here in the auction. A lot of people buying this 800 breakout, right? This is where the majority of people are chasing this long here on the NQ, and then obviously over 80 here on the ES. So if this thing turns against them here, we'll run some stops here to the downside. Right there. See, we're getting into 800 here on the NQ. Look at all the volume here around it. Top heavy. Very top heavy. We'll see if they can hold it. If not, look out. What I told you. Everyone's just like, oh shit. See? Textbook, dude. Textbook. Everything I say can happen happens after I say it, right? So this is why order flow, guys, is like super important, right? It's really easy, right? Once you put in the hundreds and thousands of hours, you can just see the traps, right? It's all visual. All right, let's see what happens here. We closed and held 36, but it's a red close. It could hold. The bid is here rated about 720 here now, lower on the NQ. But good selling here, good side by side, man. It's consistent drilling here. So we could come all the way back down here to 687 on the NQ. We could come down to 61 and hit it. So 90 was it again. There's 687. Beautiful. What I tell you. 150 rate, 150 points straight down off 834 to the tick. Now it's still thin here below 687. It can keep going here into around 640, man. There we go. What I tell you, we can hit 761 here on the ES here as well. But as soon as you get into around here, right around 66 here, start watching it on the ES right here, right around 68.5. We'll see if the offers drop down there. There we go. 687 drill down. Let's see if we get to the bottom here at 640. 61. Come on, get in there. There we go. Beautiful. What'd I tell you? Call the top. All right, now we'll see. 5 minutes to go here. 4 minutes to go on this 30. I'm not taking the 61 long, even if it could hold. It's too close to the end of the auction. So I'll miss this long setup here, even though there's nothing wrong with it. There you go. There's your 5 points. And it was bought right away. Now we'll see if it comes back in pretty thin. We'll see how they want to close it here. 2.5 to go. We're selling. Can poke through it here. Yep, selling into the open print. Yesterday's highs right there. We'll see if this saves. Strong selling here. Sell, 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 sell. Sellers are right at 68. They're pounding this thing low here, right at 64. Excuse me. Wants to go lower here. We'll see if they let it. 2 minutes to go on the close. Tight here, man. They're heavy low here. There's open print. Wants to go lower. We'll see if they save it. There's 58. Okay, see how they're slamming. Back to 62. Let's see how they close it. Minute and a half to go. It's really, really heavy short here, guys. Or heavy low, I should say. Let's see how they close it. Watch here, right at 62, 61, 62. As soon as we trade it, does it just tap, 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 push down, tap, 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 push down? We're about to find out. Tap, 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 tap. Got to save it. So we're just tapping. Minute to go. So far they're selling it. As soon as we hit 61 here, they sell it. Tap 61, sell, sell, sell. Minute to go. Now if we close below, they're going to try to sell it as soon as this auction opens. See what I mean? So we're going to go back down to 51, go back to the bottom of the pipe, go see what's there. Now, is there anything into 51? Yeah, kind of, sort of, not really. We just kind of held. They're really heavy here at 61, right? So they jump down the tip. You can see into 89 here on the NQ here. We're kind of bulking in some orders here. So everyone's shorting here from about 620. So we'll see how this closes here. We can definitely hold it. Let's just see what happens here. But a heavy, deep close here. There we go. We close. We'll see if it gets bought right away. If we sell 61 right away and push down into 51. So again, rejection's coming right on our levels. We'll see if we push down here into 51. Go see what's there. Same with 492 here. We could get into 540 here in the NQ. So just let it sell. There we go. Push down. There we go. Push, push. We'll see. We get a nice tag here, 51, and we'll go see what's there. See if this market wants to make new lows, or if the bottom of our rotational zone holds. There we go. There's 40 on the NQ. There it is. Come down to auction lows here on the ES. We'll just see if this holds here on 51. Nice wick there, perfect wick touch there to the bottom of our zone there. It's 52 and right to 540 there on the NQ. Still whippy. Anything can happen here. Expect people to short like IB low or open print. Yesterday's highs there to 60. So we're still in a battle here and we'll just kind of see what happens. A lot of people short here from 56 to 58 here on the ES. You can just see how heavily shorted into the open it is here now. So just be careful here, guys. Everyone's following this thing short here. So we'll see if the bottom of our zone here can hold here or not. We'll break it and move down towards at least 41. See See if we can tag 51 here again. Let's just see if it holds. Sellers are rated 56 here. They're heavy, man. We'll just see. Market wants to go lower. Let's just see if they can keep going lower here if this 51.25 holds. La, 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 la. There we go. Not too shabby. Another retest. They're held, but they're right here at like 56, 58. They're right around the open print here on the short. So we recover 61. I'll look for that long entry. But we usually find support here where we're trading, but right here, 55, 56, 57, it's sell. So everyone's chasing this thing low below the open print, right? Let's go, baby. Minute and a half here to go on the close. Let's just see what happens here. Tight price action. You can see here though, also below 600, below our 89 here on the NQ. Everybody sold it, right? Sell. 550. Sell. Right now we're pulling up on them. You just tell by the position here. Everyone's short here by about 600, 617 here on the NQ. Very typical. So we'll see if they push it down here and get the move into 492 here or not. Let it close up here, guys. We had a minute to go here. First 5 minute here of the auction. Let's see what happens. Not too hype here on the 51 long. We'll just see how it closes, but we'll just see if it holds. Right now, we're going to get a short setup, most likely off 61. So just, if this thing closes red, obviously, it's a perfect setup here for us if it pulls back. But again, if this thing pulls back off of here, we're basically selling the lows, looking for more lows, which I hate. So I'd rather this thing go lower, 41, 32, and then take a look at it there. But let's just see how we close here. Let's see how we hold. See if we hold up. Still, there we go. Brutal close there. We closed right on 41 on the NQ, below 51, right? That's why I said wait for the close, right? We'll see if they sell weakness here and push down again. So we're close here to 492. There we go. See if we can get down here. 41.5 on the ES. I'll start watching in here. We'll just see how it trades. We'll see if they want to buy session lows here on the ES. I will say there's no order flow here, guys, into 48, into these session lows. It was just really thin prints at the open. We just ripped, so there's nothing that I can rely on as far as tape goes. We'll just see if enough chart traded. But look at this tape, man. From 52, 400, 700, 500, 140, 200s here into the lows. It's heavy selling. Told you. There we go. But we'll start watching here. I'm going to start watching the NQ here into 492 if they bought 500, obviously, right there. So we'll just see if something sets up here in the zone. See if some bid support comes in on the ES here into 41 or not.
You know how much seconds is 40/60s? 4,000. What is this?
So all we have here are short setups. We got 74.61 short, and then we got a short all the way up at 80 for us, right? So there's no long setups, no nothing. There's no guessing. You got to let these levels trade here and see if stuff sets up. We'll see how 492 holds up here. Let's see if it taps it and holds anything. There we go. There's 41. Perfect. There we go. 492. Yeah, thank you. There we go. Beautiful. we'll see what happens here. Let it trade. Might bounce here without you. Hey, that's just how bounce goes, right? See, people want to find some takers here. If they sell right through it here, we just go lower. Still a really heavy sell tape here. Everyone's pounding the lows here. So now in ES here, you got a lot of people selling 750 or like 450. Right? Sell 450. Two minutes here to go on the close. We'll let this close cold up here on the 10. We'll just see what happens. Gotta wait for the candle to close. Yo. See what I mean? They're just pounding this thing. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it. It's a tough auction. So we could continue here. 32, right? We could shift down here into 402 here. Oh, sorry, 392 here on the NQ. There's the very bottom. Let's see, we've got the juice to keep going. We'll get some offside shorts here pretty quick. You just got to let them slam the lows here and find out where that... Right there. Right here, 36. Watch him. See how they're selling here below 40. Right there, 39, 38 and a half. There he is. Now we'll see if these guys can move it or if we reclaim 41 here on them. Right at London lows here as well, right? Right at 36. All right, wicking right off there, 36. Let's see how this candle closes here. Got 40 seconds left to go. Everyone still wants to chase this thing short. We'll just see if we can find some offside traders here. They definitely pounded the lows there at 38, and we're trying to pull back above them here. But you never know, right? We could still reach for more lows here, but some interesting tape turn to develop. Everyone's going to short 500 here on the NQ, right? 500 to 17. But we're doing some pretty good volume here below it. Let's just see if we pull up here in the next 7 seconds. Same with 41 here in the ES. Barely held it. We closed right on 500 there. We closed below 41 there in the ES. But watch this thing just rip. No close there. Only short setups. 80, 61, 51 here. We're just one time framing down here. So we'll see. We'll see if things start to firm up here. But overall, just let her trade. No long setups at all. We closed about 492 here on the NQ, but barely, man. And it was immediately sold. So, but if this candle closes back above 92 here, we'll get a long signal. But you see how that was sold immediately? There's 32. Beautiful. So let's see if we get the drop here into 22, and we'll see if auto buys kick in here on the ES here, see if we can get to 22. Every fucking time, man. As soon as we get to 90, 95, it's Sell City. All right, let's see what happens here. Right into the bottom. We're right into our reversal zones here. So I have to naturally watch here for longs in here, folks. 32 here. I'll start watching. Room to 22 on the ES, but we're deep here into 440 here on the NQ. But these closes and tape are brutal. There's pounding any bid that shows up here. So you got to be really careful. You got to get a good trade off a level, a good confirmation bar there. So. Pulling up here at 440, trying to at least. Just gets drilled down as soon as we do it. It's heavy, man. It's a heavy tape. This thing wants to try to explore lower prices, right? Here goes the NQ. We're going to shift down here. As soon as we trade into 94 here, we'll see if they're able to get the print. We're almost at 22 here on the ES here, so trying to let it trade. There we go. Ooh, one tick shy there on the NQ. Look at that. Math. There we go. Finally. That's what we wanted. Oh, I don't like that, though. We just got contraction here, guys. There we go. There's 22. All right. Got the drill to 22. We'll start watching here. But we just contracted there on the NQ here. I don't like that. But this always happens. Oh, they're pounding the lows here. 70. Right into 23. Watch this. Absolutely murdering the lows here. There we go. Back at it. Well, there we go. 22 tag. Let's see if we can hold it. I don't like this contraction, though, in the level, so I really don't. But this happens in high volatility. But let's see what happens. I'm willing to look for a long here into 22 on the ES here, but tape is brutal here. We could still drop here into 300, 297 here on the NQ, but let's just see here what happens. If we keep going here, we'll hit 12 and then possibly 02. 40 seconds to go in this candle here. There's going to be no long, obviously. It's just a matter of, we're going to close red. It's just a matter of, does it hold the level here or not? They're pounding this thing, man. Right at 25, just hammering this thing low. Same at 370 here on the NQ. You got 3,000, 5,000 contracts there from 70 and 80. So watch these low position shorts. We'll see if they're able to continue lower here in the auction or we can trap them. But right now, all selling. Sell, 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 sell. New lows. So I'm looking for weak sell prints into these new lows. Every time we make a new low, I'm looking for the offer to dry out. Right now, it hasn't been there. It's just been consistently drilled. All right, there's 297 there on the anchor. We're going to do a big bounce here, man. It's coming. It's just a matter of, is it going to be right here or not? And then if we hold 297-ish, right, still really heavy, then I would look for a 394 rotation here. But you can see how we just drilled there to 12? This is the stuff I was talking about. Still heavy. There's non-stop selling this thing. So you got to let it sell. Good thing for us, there's been no entries. Right? All right, we got the frame shift down here on the ES. Now we're at the bottom of our rotational zone here. Now we'll watch 12. Okay, cool, awesome. Glad we got that. I'll watch 12 here and see if we firm up here. Like I said, here comes the rally, right? It's not going to pull back. It's just going to do its thing. We'll see. See, auto reverse as soon as we hit 12. Bye, 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 bye. And then it just takes off, right? Takes off. It doesn't give you a chance to get in it. It just hits that calculation and just takes off here. But there's still a lot of time left here. In this auction, we still got 15 minutes left here. They could sell it all the way back down here. It's still very whippy tape. See? NQ all the way back to 297. Now, there's nothing here on the NQ, right? So we'll just see if they fucking hold it here or not. Very nice. Very nice tap there to 97 to the tick. Just hit our 45, so there's your 2R there right away. I know it's an open candle trade there, but if you took it, pretty nice trade there. That's all you need. One and done. So now we'll just see if 12 holds up here and 297 can hold. I'm not ruling out lower, right? I'm not ruling out lower. I'm looking where the lower offer is. It's right at 24 here, right on top of our 74.22. Okay, it's very thin. That last drop there into 22 was basically a blowout of some overnight stops. So we blew them out, and then they immediately bought it off our 12. And we'll just see if price settles here in our rotational zone. This is all we can look for here at this moment, right? We look to see if 12 can hold. Or if you like the short off 22, I mean, you're selling the lows, but given the context here, price can't continue. The line in the sand is currently right at 24 here on the tape, 24.25.
Okay.
La la la, ba la 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 la. Minute and a half to go here on this 10-minute candle. We'll see. There we go, starting to curl up here. So just expect these V bounces, right? This is normal, right? This is like short covering, blah, 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 blah. So we're just waiting for price to calm down here and seeing. I can't log in to Tradeify. There we go. There's a 4R trade there right off our 297 level. Man, they just didn't wait. All right, there's our first long signal of the day. It's at 12. It's there. Somebody wants it. Nothing wrong with it. We'll just have to see if it comes by. La, 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 la. Now they might just bid 22 here, right? See how we close with the bid there, right at 20? See that nice 6200 contract print there, everybody? That's the bid moving up into the candle close. We'll see if it holds. Otherwise, we'll push down and come revisit 12. Let's see what's there. See if they hold it. Come down for another test. So far, the pullback to the level holding perfectly. And now we start to backfill. Back up to 32 and then room here to 41. So we're probably not going to get a back test here to 12 anytime soon, but you never know. Don't rule it out.
What? Did you used to have a school? I went to school. When did you used to have one?
Do I still have one?
Did you used to
But the
own
bid support there is sitting right at 20 here now on the ES. We'll see how this 5-minute auction closes here. Again, we're getting close to the close of the 30. We'll just see how the close is 30. But you know, we could set up also a long signal here of 22 here. We'll just have to see how it closes here. Nice push there, right off 22, right? So straight up, straight down, straight up. There's no pullbacks to actually get entries, right? Now, maybe other people watch and like, oh, 1 minute, I bought this 1 minute breakup. That's not how we trade, right? We wait for systematic entries based off our levels and closes, and we just wait, right? We wait again, we wait some more, and we wait, and we wait again. So let's see what happens here. We got a minute and a half left to go. We'll see if we hold 22 here. Might set up a 5-minute long here off the level 5 minutes before the close at 30. I hate that. But we'll just see if it actually sets up. What's up to everybody watching on YouTube? There's only a few of you guys there. Just want to say hello to you guys. Hello, hello. Hopefully you're enjoying this nice commentary. See how we're pushing back down? Tight auction here. So we'll see if we push down through 22 here into the close of this candle. All right, we still got 5 minutes left to go here on this 30. And 40 seconds here left to go on the 5. We'll just see if it holds this retest here on 22 into the last auction before the 30 close here. And we're going to get a short signal here off 32. So they're all shorts, right? You got shorts at 61, 51, 41 and a half, and now probably at 32. Depending if this thing closes. If this thing closes green, you won't get it, but we'll get a long signal here at 22 if this closes green.
Oh, we just had water too. And at lunchtime we had like 2 boxes.
That was a nice little retest.
At lunchtime
4,
we had 2
3,
boxes.
2, 1. All right. That held decently.
Yeah, sometimes they make you a mic out of
So
lunch,
there's
right?
2 long signals there. We got one right at 12 and then again at our 22. But now they're going to push here. They're not even going to bring it back. 1 time frame up, 1 time frame down, 1 time frame up. 0 pullbacks. Is what it is. Let her go. Back to 41 we go. And then, you know, if we continue over 32, that opens up 51 and a quarter. We'll just see what happens here, man. That's all we can do.
I hate this part.
Push in there. There's 41. So 22 to 41 right away. No chance to get that there. That's a continuation trade. We don't take those things, right? You're just hoping that that level holds. But if you took it, hey, congrats. You just have to wait for price to come down here now. And we'll see if 41 pushes down. See if we can get a back test of 22. And there's a really nice setup there now, man, based on the 10-minute, et cetera, et cetera. But we might not even come back. But we got all day here to retrace that and see if we can trade it. So be careful on these short setups, right? So you just hit that short setup at 40. I don't really like that short setup because it's got room to trade up higher, right, towards at least 51 and a quarter, but it could work. But that is a really tight continuation kind of entry short for us, right? We barely closed over level. We just tapped it and then kept on going. Still could work, but you just got to be a little bit careful, all right? But you do see supply here coming in on tape. So we're just going to see what happens here. Strong bidding coming in here. They're just going to keep forcing this thing higher, aren't they? One time frame up, one time frame down, one time frame up. So 0 pullbacks. All 3 rotations. Any questions here, guys, as we come to close the balance? Everyone's on board? Everyone knows what's going on? Rinse, repeat. I mean, we're at the same place we've been for 4 days, right? We should all understand contacts and levels and the info behind the levels. Everyone's good? Any questions? Same plan for the rest of the day, man. 22.12 support. Ideally, you got to get this thing back over 74.61 on the ES and Q. Yeah, I mean, they got to get this thing over 492, over 492. You know, they got to climb back here to 687, right? It can be done. You can see the bids moving up here to 41.5 here now. Look at that push here. Wow, there it is. We're only 10 points away from it here now. Holy fudge cakes. But I'll be with you guys all day here. I'm just going to give my voice a break here. Just give me 1 minute here, guys. All right, guys. Thank you for watching on YouTube here. There's the balance session. You see me breaking down the order flow. You see levels trade. Everything looking great. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. If you want to come join, you know, there's a Discord link in there for free. You can come learn the basics of order flow. And just come and learn, right? It's just click the link. You get me all day long, right? There's a free component in there. You'll have my support there all day long, and there's a much deeper side to it too. But come on and join. It's free. That's all you gotta do is click the link, drop in, say hello, and that's where I hang out for the rest of the day. So thanks for watching the balance session. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much.